Hi guys, we are going to do a short chair yoga to help boost our immune systems today. This is a yoga practice developed from a Kundalini Kriya, modified to be on the chair, and is all focused on helping our lymph system and helping us generate white blood cells and anything we need to fight, whatever we're fighting in our bodies today. Let's start by taking a seat. I have a couple of blocks with me. It's okay if you don't have any blocks, and also some water. If you feel lightheaded at any time throughout this practice, feel free to have some water, take a break. And if anything doesn't feel good in your body, then just breathe through it and move out of anything that doesn't feel like your body wants to do it today. Find a nice base with the feet on the floor. Try to have a chair that has no sides to it, if possible, so we can move our arms and our legs out to the side and that's not rolling around too much. Let's just start by centering here. Sitting up as tall as you can. Starting to find a deep breath. Just noticing where the breath is traveling in the body. See if you can start to deepen that breath and slow it down, filling up both the belly and the lungs, and then letting all that air out. Imagine yourself growing a little taller on the inhales, and those exhales are helping us to release. And throughout our practice today, we're envisioning this air around us, this breath that we're bringing in, full of healing oxygen and loving energy. So every single breath is bringing in that healing energy. And taking some time here to scan the body and just notice if we can release any physical tension. Using the inhales to bring awareness into the body and the exhales to release, imagining that tension just flowing down the spine, down into the chair, or down through your feet, down into the earth. Focusing on the forehead and letting it relax. The eyes and the temples, the jaw and the mouth. Relaxing the neck and the shoulders. Letting the arms be heavy. Taking the breath into the upper chest and feeling the chest expand. Maybe the shoulder blades expand a bit outward. Letting that relax. And then taking that breath into the entire lungs, feeling the torso expand out in all directions. And the next breath will bring down into the belly, really feeling the stomach and the lower back expand out and relax. Noticing how the hips are feeling, taking one final breath down into the hips, relaxing the hips and the legs. Just kind of noticing where you're holding tension this morning, where there's any discomfort. And we're going to take 3 breaths focused on bringing in this healing energy. We're going to hold the breath. We're going to do a lot of holding the breath today, so hold it as much as you can comfortably. And then as we exhale, we're going to be breathing out through the mouth and imagining that this oxygen is coming into our body, absorbing anything we wanted to absorb, any discomfort or something we're trying to rid ourselves of. And when we exhale, we're going to imagine blowing that out of the mouth. So this is how it looks. Maybe we focus on just the whole body. Maybe there's a specific place we focus on. We'll breathe in. We're going to hold it for about a count of 10. And then when we exhale, we're going to blow it out. So find a spot in your body you want to focus on, and if nothing is popping up for you today, then just bring that breath into the entire body and imagine that oxygen just absorbing anything that is not helping you right now. All right, let's breathe in deep and hold. Hold the breath. Imagine that oxygen just absorbing any tension, any disease, any blah that you don't want to hold on to for another few moments here. And when you need to exhale, blow it out. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale and hold. And release. One more time, big inhale. Send that oxygen, that healing energy around your body to where it needs it. Imagine it absorbing the stuff we're trying to get rid of. For 3, 2, 1, release. Beautiful. Just notice how it feels to have taken some of those deep breaths. Make sure you're not feeling too lightheaded, and really honor that. If you start to feel a little lightheaded or dizzy or nauseous, slow down. Deep breaths. And let's just think about our spine being nice and straight here. Imagining every single vertebrae, one stacked on the other. I'm going to shift forward in my chair just a bit to give myself some space behind me. And then starting right at the base of the spine, we're going to start making some small circles with the body. They call this the divine grind in Kundalini Yoga. So I'm just focusing on those lowest vertebrae. I'm kind of getting some pelvic movement, tilting it forward, around, and back. And then I'm going to imagine one vertebrae at a time that this movement travels up the spine, through the middle back, all the way up to the neck. And we're going to keep our head nice and perpendicular to the ground, so our chin is not moving here as we move around. And adding a little breath, inhaling as you come forward, and exhaling as you take it back. And with this, I always love to encourage you to pause anywhere that feels like you might need an extra breath, an extra stretch. We're just waking up that spine. Really can feel it through the chest and the shoulder blades, through the stomach. Taking our time and breathing deeply here. And we'll take those circles in the opposite direction. And you can start small again if you'd like, just envisioning all of those vertebrae, getting some movement. And then adding the breath. Inhaling as you expand forward and exhaling as you take it back. Trying to keep the shoulders nice and low so we're not tensing up. Let's do one more round. Coming to center, sitting up nice and tall, and just taking a moment between our different movements just to integrate and see how the body's feeling as we start to get the blood pumping a bit. Our next posture is going to involve holding the breath again, actually our next 2. And this one's also going to involve us pumping the belly with the breath held. So if you need to breathe throughout this, feel free. We're going to bring the arms up overhead, interlacing the fingers and pointing the index fingers. Now this might not work for you. You can always keep your arms out, or you can bring your hands to heart center if your shoulders and your chest aren't allowing for that pose today. We're going to bring the hands up, press through those fingers, and then we're going to take a big inhale in, and as we hold the breath, we're going to pump the stomach. So my stomach is really working that diaphragm here. Pump it for about 10 times, and then we'll exhale. We're going to do this 5 times total. At any time, if you need to take a break and breathe through it or rest the shoulders, feel free. All right, let's go for the first one. Inhale here, and pump the belly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale. Inhale and pump. Exhale. It's okay if it's not perfect, just jiggle that belly a bit here. Inhale for 3. Pump. Exhale. 2 more times. Deep inhale. And go. Exhale. Last one. Deep inhale here. Pump the belly. Maybe 15 times this on this last round if you can. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Exhale. Let the arms release down. A little bit of work in the shoulders. Let's just take a few breaths here. As we pump that belly, our solar plexus is really getting fired up. It's very energizing. Take a couple deep breaths. I'm going to keep sipping my water to keep my voice working here. We're going to do a similar breath for the next pose, and we're also going to do this one for 5 rounds. Inhaling, holding the breath, and then releasing on the exhale. This is called the bear grip. We're going to take our left hand, palm facing out, and our right hand comes in front. And we're going to hook those fingers. And you can pull as hard as you can, but if it becomes really a struggle, then give yourself a break and don't pull too hard. What we're going to do is going to inhale here. As we hold the breath, we're going to pull those hands, pull them against each other. Try to keep the shoulders down, and then we'll exhale, relax. And we're going to do this 5 times. Okay. I'm also noticing I'm taking my stance a little wider on the seat just for a wider base. So make sure you're feeling stable and comfortable here. Let's go ahead and start this bear grip. Inhale, hold and pull. I'm going to again count to about 10. Exhale and relax. Let's do 4 more. Inhale and hold. And if you find your breath is at a different pace than mine, then just go with it. We're pulling those hands apart as we hold the breath. And release. Shoulders getting some work today. Inhale. Hold and pull. That's it. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale here. And pull. Release. Last one. See if you can keep your shoulders nice and down on this last one. Deep inhale. Hold and pull. And let it go. Let the arms relax. Take a few deep breaths. I can feel my heart beating with that work, pulling those hands. Our next pose, we're going to start moving the torso a bit. So we're going to start bowing forward, and this is one that you might feel a little lightheaded or a little nauseous or dizzy. So if at any time this doesn't work for you, keep the head above, maybe just move without going all the way down. We're going to be working our stomach a bit here. And we'll be bringing the hands up behind the head, interlacing the fingers, bringing them right behind the head. Now again, if this doesn't work for your shoulders, you can keep your hands right on your knees for this pose. Okay, so my feet, knees, legs are a little wider here. We're going to bring those hands behind the head. And as we inhale, we're extending up. As we exhale, we're coming forward. Inhale brings it up. Exhale, coming forward. Now remember, if this doesn't work for your arms, your hands can be on your knees, inhaling up and exhaling, using those hands to lower. Maybe the head hangs below the waist. Maybe you just come down a little bit. Inhale it up. Exhale to fold. Keep going with your breath. Take it as fast or as slow as you'd like today. We'll do about another 30 seconds of this. Last time, inhale it up, exhale to fold. If it's comfortable, you can pause here. You can let the arms hang or rest on the legs. And slowly roll yourself back up. If you need to lean back in the chair for support, if you're feeling lightheaded at all, take a few breaths here. Beautiful. We're going to do some forward folds next, and this is one where the blocks might come in handy in a couple different ways. So bring the legs back parallel to each other, hip distance apart, and I'm going to take my blocks out to either side of my feet. We're going to straighten one leg first, doesn't matter which one you start with. I've got my right leg straightened here, and I'm straightening it in a way that I can still keep the heel on the ground. So you might even want to shimmy forward in your chair just a bit. Take a big inhale to lengthen, and as you exhale, we're going to come forward. Maybe your hands stay on the legs, maybe you find those blocks. Take an exhale here. Inhale to lengthen through the spine one more time, and this time as you exhale, you can let the upper body round over that leg. So we're getting a little forward fold, a deep stretch in the belly, but we're also finding a little stretch in that hamstring. If you want to go deeper, you can take one block and put it down and bring it right under that heel. Maybe the hands come to the ground. We're going to spend about 1 minute on each side, and we've already been on this side for about 30 seconds. So another 30 seconds on this side. And just focus on breathing deeply here, making sure you feel supported. We'll gently switch sides. So come on back up, bring that leg in, and we'll extend the other leg. So again, maybe you keep this on the ground, or maybe you bring the block under the foot to bring it up just a bit and deepen the stretch. We'll inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. I'll keep the blocks under my hands for this one, and we'll find those deep breaths. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, let the upper back roll forward if you'd like. You can always keep length in the spine as well and just work on that stretch. And breathe here. Let's take one more deep breath here. Beautiful. And then slowly walk back up. Use your body, use your props, use your chair. Sit up nice and tall again. Grab a sip of water at any time. Make sure that lower back feels okay. I'm finding I want to rock a little forward and back after that deep forward fold. Maybe arch the back a little bit here. And we'll find a neutral spine. Getting ready to do some very slow neck rolls. And this is another one. We've got a lot of lymph nodes in our neck, so this is a great one for working that. But if your neck doesn't feel good as you're doing neck rolls, we want to take it very gentle and just do what feels okay for you. Let's start by just tucking the chin and gently rolling one ear over to one shoulder. Take a breath here. Just notice how it feels. I'm keeping my shoulders down and relaxed. And then we'll gently bring the chin back to center And roll the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. And maybe you stay here today, just rolling from shoulder to shoulder. Or if it feels okay, we can take these into full circles, and we're moving as slow as possible, as slow as we can. Try to connect with the breath here. Just make sure you continue to breathe deeply. We're going to go 1 minute in each direction. You can imagine your head is in a big bowl, and your head is rolling like a bowling ball around the inside of that bowl, nice and slow. And we'll start to switch direction. Now, if you've been going ear to ear, maybe switching direction means you do the back half of the neck from one ear to the other, or if you're doing those full circles, very gently start to go in that opposite direction. Let's do one more round. Ending with that chin tucked. Take a deep breath into the back of the neck. Let it out. And then bring your head back to neutral. Take a breath or two here. Remember that breath is bringing in that healing oxygen. And that universal love, that healing power all around us. Bring it in. Let it travel throughout your body. Let go of all the junk. Moving into some traditional cat-cows, so finding that steady base here. I do have a little space between my back and the back of the chair, just to give my back some room to move, so maybe even shifting forward as far as is comfortable. And then as you inhale, we'll tilt that pelvis forward, let the belly come forward, draw the shoulders back, gaze can come up slightly. As you exhale, start it at the tailbone again, let the pelvis roll back, and then curl through the back, let the chin tuck. This is where I'm hitting the back of my chair, so maybe I'm going to scoot forward just a bit more. Inhale to open through the front of the body, our cow pose, and exhale to that cat pose. And move with your breath. Another one to go as fast or as slow as you'd like. In traditional Kundalini, sometimes we move a little faster, but I think it's important for you to just move at the pace that feels good for you and your breath today. And we're going to keep this going for 30 more seconds. Last exhale, or finishing whatever breath you're on, and then bringing it back to neutral. Gonna shift right back in my chair again. I've got a couple more poses before we take a little rest in Shavasana and a meditation. This one we want to have our arms hanging down by the side if that feels comfortable. If it doesn't, you can keep your hands supported on your lap. So we want that nice long spine, crown reaching up towards the ceiling. And we're going to lift the left shoulder and drop the right shoulder. As you inhale, as you exhale, we're switching. Right shoulder lifts, left shoulder drops. Inhale. Left up, right down, exhale, switch. So this is another one that you can go slow, or you can start taking it fast. Let's go for a minute here. Take a break if you need. This is actually a lot of work on those shoulders, and I find the breath can be pretty intense for me. So just take it as you'd like, as fast or as slow as you'd like. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, left up, exhale, right up. 30 more seconds. Three more. Exhale, inhale, reach the arms up or bring hands to heart. Hold the breath. Arms can be separate or together. Hold it. Relax the face. Third eye gaze and release. Let those arms float down. That's a lot in the shoulders. Let's take a few breaths here to just let everything settle before our final movement, our final pose. For this last one, we're going to get into some hips and get more movement going through those stomachs a little bit. Feel free to use your blocks here as well. We'll see if you want to use them or not once we get into the pose. We're going to take our feet wider than hip distance, angled out. Let yourself come forward. So if you can, maybe you can find the feet or the ankles, and feel free to let your head hang. If this is too intense for you, then you can bring those blocks out near the feet and use the blocks under the hands. From here, we're going to just sway side to side. So I'm moving over towards my right leg, moving over towards my left leg. And breathing, don't worry about which way you move as you breathe. If you want, you can inhale on the left and exhale on the right. That's kind of a more natural flow. Our left side is our receptive side and our right side is our active side. We can be imagining we're bringing in that healing energy and then shooting it out. Let the head hang if that's comfortable. And let's give this one another minute. Take a break at any time. If this is too intense, hands to knees, moving, twisting side to side here. Massaging out those bellies. 30 more seconds or 25. Here we go. Three more. Last time. Beautiful. Hang in the middle as long as you'd like here. And use all the support and props when you're ready to slowly curl yourself back up. Ooh, might feel a little lightheaded after that one, so let's take a moment to take some deep breaths. Feel free to grab some water. Nice work. And we are going to end our practice in one final resting pose, our Shavasana. If you're feeling really comfortable in the chair, then feel free to stay right here. You can straighten through your spine. If you would like, if you're in the mood, you can do a legs up the wall or legs up the chair. You can come onto the ground and bring the feet and calves up to the chair. And another option, if you're nearby a bed, if you want to lay on the floor, a couch, or a bed, and find a resting pose there, you can as well. So let's just all take a moment to get ourselves in whatever position is the most comfortable. If you are really fighting something right now and you are really just challenged yourself a lot to move this morning or today, whatever time you're watching this video, then please feel free to find a resting pose in a place that you can take this into a longer nap, and I'll let the sound fade out on the video. Or if you're getting ready to do other things in your day, then maybe seated is better so that we can stay awake, but whatever feels best. So take a moment, get yourself set up. If you are laying on a bed or a couch, maybe it's nice to elevate the feet on a pillow. Or if you're staying seated, we just want that nice long spine. And resting in whatever ways possible. Maybe even for this one, we lean back on the chair for a little bit more support. Wherever you are, just start to slow things down. Thank your amazing body for doing whatever it was able to do today. And acknowledging that your body is fighting really hard right now and thanking it for all the work it's doing. And I want you to imagine that all around you is this beautiful, healing, loving energy, this universal love. Thinking of all the people you have loved in your life, all the people that have loved you since the moment you were born. The love that every animal gives off. And even in a world of chaos, there's still so much love happening around us all the time. And I want you to imagine that this infinite love is healing, and it's always available to you anytime you want to draw it in. And it's coming to you with every breath. Just imagine this energy swirling around you, holding you. And as you breathe in, start to breathe this loving, healing oxygen and energy right into the body. And as you exhale, imagine that loving energy spreading throughout the body. Every inhale brings in more healing energy. And every exhale sends that energy out to wherever it's needed. We've done a lot of work with our lymph system today, stimulating those white blood cells. So those also are working inside our body, and they're loving this oxygen. They're like, bring it in. Let me help spread that healing. And just imagine this healing energy is just traveling throughout the body into every single cell, bringing a sense of ease and peace. And we'll just stay with this visualization for the last few minutes here, just relaxing and resting and finding this peace, but knowing that as you're doing that, your body is healing. Breathing in that oxygen and that love and letting it heal the body, letting the body work. And you can feel free to stay here and rest as long as you need, or if you're ready to come out, just take a few deep breaths, find some gentle movements, and come on out of the practice. The light in me sees and honors the light in all of you, sending you all loving and healing energy. Namaste.